Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Card Anthology. My name is Coach, and today we'll be taking a glimpse at the set known as Portal. So let's take a step back into the history of Magic the Gathering. Released on May 1st, 1997, Wizards of the Coast introduced this beginning level expansion set. This was Wizards of the Coast's first major attempt to attract newer and prospective players that was designed with simpler rules in comparison to the rules of the core and expansion sets. Portal would later be followed by Portal Second Age and Portal Three Kingdoms, and was inspired by the literature Romance of the Three Kingdoms. The Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which was the historical novel based on the conflict with the forces of Shu, Wei, and Wu, was also the inspiration of the Dynasty Warriors video game franchise.
You make a good point.
The set symbol was a depiction of a portal. In order to gain more people to join Magic the Gathering, Portal was much different from the other non-beginning level sets. Portal did not have artifacts, instants, or enchantments. The cards featured no creature types and had a different set of terminology in comparison to the higher level Magic the Gathering games. Other things that were much different compared to other sets of Magic the Gathering were the creature cards having their power and toughness next to a sword and shield respectively, the rules text being bold to distinguish it from the flavor text, and certain terms being changed. For instance, the term library became deck, graveyard became discard pile, and power and toughness became offense and defense. With this in mind, Portal was not a legal set for official tournament play in any organized format until October 20th, 2005, where it became legal in both Legacy and Vintage formats.
Stupid! Worth it.
The Portal set was also accompanied by the Portal 2-player starter set, which had two 35-card pre-constructed decks, 2 playmats, a checklist of the Portal cards, a player's guide, and a rulebook. No new themes or mechanics were introduced in Portal. There were 4 card pairs, which included 3 matched pairs and 1 mirror pair. Baleful Stare and Withering Gaze were cards that allowed cards to be drawn based on a number of enemy colors and specific land type. Boiling Lands and Flash Fires destroyed all lands of a specific basic land type associated with an enemy color. Wrath of God and Armageddon were sorceries that destroyed all permanents of a specific card type. And finally, Hurricane and Earthquake were cards that dealt damage to each creature with or without flying, and then each player. There were a number of reprints that appeared in Portal. Some of the most prominent reprints were Pyroclasm, Natural Order, Man of War, Ebon Dragon, Elvish Ranger, and Sylvan Tutor. Functional reprints included Cruel Bargain, which acted as the Mirage card Infernal Conflict, Pillaging Horde, which acted as Balduvian Horde from Alliances, and Willow Dryad, which functioned as Shanadin Dryads from 5th edition. On top of that, since there were no instant spells in Portal, there were sorcery spells that had the same or similar effects as instant spells from previous sets. Fire Tempest was the sorcery version of the 5th edition card Inferno, Last Chance was the sorcery version of Final Fortune from Mirage, and Sylvan Tutor was the sorcery version of Worldly Tutor, which was also from Mirage.
I look good. I mean, really good.
There were a total of 215 cards in the Portal set, which included 85 commons such as Windrake and Raging Goblin, 55 uncommons such as Anaconda and Blaze, and 55 rares such as Exhaustion and Phantom Warrior. The notable cards out of Portal were cards such as Snapping Drake, which was a 3/2 blue creature with flying. Next is Volcanic Hammer, which is a red sorcery card that deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Jungle Lion was a 2/1 green creature that read Jungle Lion Can't Intercept. Wood Elves was a 1/1 green creature that when it enters the battlefield, search for a forest card and put that card onto the battlefield. You must shuffle your deck afterwards. Ebon Dragon was a 5/4 black creature with flying and the ability to make target opponent discard a card. The last card on the list was Personal Tutor, which is a blue sorcery card that can search your deck for a sorcery card, reveal it, shuffle your deck, and place that sorcery on top of the deck. Here's a fun fact about Portal. When Portal became available, it was heavily campaigned and was seen in different commercials and channels. One of those TV channels was Music Television, otherwise known as MTV. A sealed booster box of Portal is valued at around $425. So that is all I have today on this episode of Card Anthology. Let us know in the comments section what your favorite cards were, your most despised cards, or any other things you would like to talk about in this episode. We always like to know what our viewers and subscribers want to talk about every time they watch an episode of Card Anthology. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Visit us at Facebook, Twitter, and the MTG Amino app by hitting the links in the video description. If you would also like to continue to support the channel, visit us at patreon.com/thecardbazaar. Patreon is a monthly donation website for content creators such as ourselves. You can become a patron today by donating as little as $1 a month. There are also different levels of patrons ranging from common to foil mythic, with each tier having more features than the previous level. Some features include early video releases, access to our feed conversations, patron-only giveaways, and more. Our goal for this week is to hit a total of 10 patrons for the channel, so go ahead and support the channel by becoming a patron today. If you missed last week's episode over 5th edition featuring TastySnackies, please go ahead and click the card above or the link in the video description. Next week, we will be going over the last set of the Mirage block, Weatherlight, so be on the lookout for that episode next Sunday. This is Coach, signing out, and we will see you guys next time at the Card Bazaar.